Oh, I think the key to being a good analyst is, number one, you've got to enjoy working with people, and you've got to want to help them. And you've got to be able to do that in a way where you don't dictate to them what they should or could do, but to provide them with the information that they need to make a better and more profitable decision than they could otherwise. No one that I know of anywhere who considers themselves a market forecaster can do it perfectly. It seems like there's always something that you may not have anticipated that comes up that has an influence on the situation and changes the end result. And so it's always a challenge to project markets, and as I say, it's always humbling. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so interesting, is you don't get cocky for very long, because you'll get your head handed to you. Well, I grew up around Las Cruces, New Mexico, on a farm and livestock operation there, and then had an opportunity to go to New Mexico State, got a degree in ag business, and then had an opportunity to go into the service for a while. Went back to go to vet school. And while I was waiting to be rejected for vet school, I got a degree a master's degree in ag business, and then had an opportunity to go to work at Califax. The Market Development Committee of the then American National Cattlemen's Association had basically put the program together. And I had an opportunity to come there as basically the first analyst. That was in 1968. Begin to develop a database that was unique in the industry and is still unique today. One that was exclusive of USDA. At that time there was a lot of concern about the validity of the data that came from USDA, and a strong feeling in the industry that there needed to be a quote, industry-wide database, while at the same time helping provide more accurate and timely market information on which the members could make more profitable decisions. In the early stages, there was a very antagonistic relationship between packers and retailers, and between packers and feeders, and even between feeders and cow-calf producers. There were concerns about what was going to happen to the information, and whether it was going to be kept private, and how it was going to be handled, and the kind of issues that in many cases we see today. And that has changed dramatically over time. There's still some that feel that way, but for the most part, there's a much better relationship between the various segments of the industry, and I think everybody is beginning to realize that we're all in the beef business. Quality is at least at this point being related to value. And if in fact there is increased value based on quality, well then obviously it's very important and will become more important over time as the methods for measuring quality are refined and more easily identified. I would guess that it will continue to become an extremely important part of marketing and decision-making in terms of what you produce and how you produce it, and then ultimately where it's actually marketed. That's, I think, been a very positive part of our business, and my guess is that as time goes on, it will continue to be. If you look at other industries, that's an important part of marketing and establishing some, quote, brand loyalty. And I think we'll continue to see that. I felt very blessed to have had the opportunity to not only work and be involved in CattleFax over the years, but also to meet and work with what I consider to be some of the greatest people on earth. It was humbling. And it wasn't something that I did by myself. There were always others that were involved, that contributed, that had ideas, that had new ways to do things. We had extremely supportive board members. Even when times were extremely difficult, it never was a situation of, either you fix this or get out. It was, what can we do to help? And, that began with a family situation at home and continued throughout my career with those who helped train me, who were mentors, who were family that supported us throughout the entire time. And so I guess those are the things that I would share and say that I'm just proud to have had the opportunity to be a part of it.